right, welcome to another installment of Fragments of Silicon Reviews. Three reviews up this week, the first of which is a game called 64.0. Um, such a odd number if it's not done in relation to the Nintendo 64 to see. What 64.0 is...
it's also a power of 2.
Yeah. Well, it's also the amount of time you're supposed to last in the game.
Right, but like the reason for that might be because it's power of 2.
Well, it's power of 2, but this is specifically in context the amount of time you have to last in the, let's say, arena, and there's not a real reason for that number. I mean, it's not it doesn't come across as a power of 2 thing. Like, you don't go from 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 64.0. Mind you, that's just the first mode. Anyway, as far as what is 64.0 in terms of what kind of game it is, it's a turret shooter, I guess, is a good way of describing it.
Mixed with, I guess, Guitar Hero, kinda?
Super Hexagon is the game I'd go with.
Yeah.
If anyone's played that one, or remember the Project Rhombus game we reviewed a few years back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my first impression upon watching videos of it is that someone else liked the Undyne fight from Undertale, because we already reviewed one game based on that.
This one's a bit different in the sense that instead of defending, you are attacking. You are shooting the blocks. And this game is, hyper minimalist. You are, how it works is you are to shoot the blocks that are the same color as the background. You are to allow the blocks that are the same, that are a different color, to hit you, and that will save them somehow.
They're getting into a tank? Question mark?
And the background does change colors.
Yes. It's much like Super Hexagon, this is a fiendishly difficult game where surviving for 64 seconds is going to be an accomplishment, and that's just on the lowest levels, because 64.0 is just like the lowest difficulty. It's two, 1, 2, 3. I forget how high it goes, and then it shifts into a couple of, I don't know, maybe fan-created modes. They're titled really differently. I think that might be, or it might be after the song that they put in there. And much like Super Hexagon or Project Rhombus, this game has blaring techno music as its background, and also the notes are tied into the gameplay. You can actually time the notes and the shots. At least that's what I found. Let's see. As far as what the different modes do, well, the first big, it's like switch up is, hey, what if we do things faster, as you'd expect, and then it'll introduce diagonals. It's like ostensibly this game goes into the
Diagonal sounds like it would be tricky with this kind of thing.
You'd think so, but it was actually easier than the previous mode, because because at least on 64.3, it's slower.
Okay.
Yeah. Also worth noting that this game more or less stays the same each time you play it. They may change it up every now and again, but it's like this game is also a huge game of pattern recognition. It's one of those things that you work on it enough, you're gonna get good enough to survive the 64 seconds. And yeah, that's about it in terms of the gameplay. this is one of those games where if you watch it for a couple minutes, you're gonna get it.
Mm-hmm.
The core the core gameplay doesn't ever change. It's like the modes will change the things around it. Whether it be tempo, new directions. It's like it's still going to remain the same basic block shooter. Like, in a lot of ways, this game could have been done on, say, the Atari 2600. It's just the Atari 2600 would never have had music like this.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been done on the Atari 2600 and like packaged with an audio cassette or something.
Something like that. I'm not sure if it could change the colors. That might have been a bit beyond it. Outside of when you weren't playing the game. But this is more commentary of how simple a game this is. Like, shoot blocks. Don't shoot blocks. Make sure to, not die. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As far as how the music quality, it is pretty good though. Like if you don't like electronic music, I guess you'd have to provide your own soundtrack.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scoring really isn't a thing in this game. Like, you do have a kill streak, but the game doesn't register that. The game's more concerned about time than how many blocks you killed or saved.
It's survival.
Yes. And if you want to just survive until you no longer can, there is an endless mode. Let's see. So pricing. The game clocks in at $3.99. Pleased to say that the console versions, I believe this game is available on the Nintendo Switch, and I think I saw it for the PlayStation 4. I didn't see it for the Xbox One, but regardless, on like the Nintendo Switch version, it is $2.99 as well. In fact, it's on sale right now for $2.09. Yeah, it's another just for you offer. And is the game worth $3? I'd say so.
Mm-hmm.
It's like as far as this game type goes, I'd probably recommend this over Project Rhombus because, even though that game was free, it was really limited.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you're paying for this, it's not just the one mode and that's it. You do get some variety, and, you're actually gonna have to stick with this for quite a while to get good at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I'm not the kind of person who engages in deep investment in this kind of game. Not these days. Maybe back in the day when simpler concepts were the norm, but this is the kind of game I fire up for 5-15 minutes at most, and then I'm done with it. Maybe for the day, maybe for a while, but it's like, it's not the kind of game that I would invest massive amounts of time in. That's a subjective thing. But it's like, on an objective level, it's very simple. It's going for simple, and if that appeals to you, great. As far as where I'd rate it, perfectly serviceable game. Honestly, I like Super Hexagon more. What about you guys? What do you think of 64.0?
I think it's all right.
Mm.
Like, it's more on the realm of average-ish. Like, there's nothing bad. There's nothing super great about it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing to just like kill a few minutes with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a fine game.
Certainly, the gameplay is by definition pretty bite-sized.
Like, this is the kind of game I'd pick up for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
No. It's definitely got a, make sure you have your headphones, because I'd say it's worth having the music on to play this.
Yeah.
Still, this is I got 5 minutes by the bus stop. I'll kill 5 minutes with this game kind of deal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, anything else to say about 64.0?
Not really.
All right, so that'll about do it. Be sure to tune in after the break, as we will be reviewing a game called My Friend is a Raven.